Look, the Cincinnati housing market was predicted to be the #2 hottest housing market in America this year by Zillow. Cool, but what does that actually mean for you as a buyer or a seller here in 2024? I'm going to tell you exactly how you can succeed this year in the real estate market. Hey, my name is Danny Barron, and our real estate team in Cincinnati sells about 200 homes a year. This puts us in the top 1% of local agents, and our goal with every family we work with is this. We want you to have all the information so that you can make the best decisions for your family when it comes to real estate. So to start out this video, I'm going to talk about what has happened so that we can understand where we stand in 2024, whether you are looking to buy or sell. Let's jump back to COVID in 2020 for just a second. What in the heck happened? I'll tell you what happened. Supply and demand got crazy. So if someone bought a house in 2020, let's just examine what has happened to their home since that time. If you bought a home in 2020, you're going to see that there was a 20% appreciation on that home that year, followed by a 10% appreciation in 2021, 5% in 2022, and 5% in 2023. The market is up 40% since COVID hit in 2020. Holy smokes, that's insane, right? Like, how does that happen? How has that been sustained? And why didn't all of us buy like 20 houses at that time? If you remember, at the time, we actually thought housing prices were really high, and the big concern from most buyers were that they might be overpaying for their houses. That's clearly not the case. And why are we backing up? Because a quick look at these numbers are going to show us that this is not a mystery why these prices continued to go this way. The two main levers are inventory and interest rates. The quick rundown on inventory, because I think this will be really eye-opening for you. A normal market, a balanced market, which is not a buyer's market or a seller's market, has 5 to 7 months of inventory. This means if no homes hit the market, let's pick 6 months for example, if no homes hit the market for 6 months, then we would run out of homes to sell. This is balanced, but what Cincinnati has seen for 4 years running is between 1 and 2 months of inventory, if not lower. This is an unhealthy and historical low amount of inventory. So let's just call this what it is. The market since 2020 has been a seller's market. It is less than 5 to 7 months of inventory. It's a seller's market. And this is critical for you to know in 2024 because it's still playing out exactly the same in the marketplace. So that's inventory, but what about interest rates? It's important to know that when COVID hit, interest rates were at 3%, and where we stand today, they're at about 6.5%. You would think this might have slowed the market down completely, but really, there were kind of two stalls along the way. When interest rates jumped from 3% to 6% in 2022, we saw a bit of a stall, but we recovered and buyers came back out of the woodwork again. Then in 2023, we saw another jump from 6% to 8% interest rates. And once again, everybody understandably wanted to pump the brakes on buying homes. This resulted in 20% less home sales last year, which means, guess what? As we step into 2024, there is a pent-up demand for buyers that want to buy a home around 6.5%. And if interest rates get any better, the market's only getting hotter. So there you have it. Low inventory, sky-high demand, and an affordable Cincinnati market. Welcome to Zillow's #2 hottest market in America. All right, let's take a moment and talk to our buyers. To anyone who is considering buying in 2024 in the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, or Dayton markets, get ready and buckle up. I actually do think this is going to be a fantastic year to buy a home, but I do need you to know stepping into this, it's going to be competitive. And what that means for you is there's going to have to be a lot more forethought and strategy with which you write offers on homes. Winging it in this market is probably not going to work, and we highly recommend having a professional alongside to guide you along the way. For my buyers, tip number 1 is to be ready. This is to be pre-approved with a lender. Unless you have cash to buy a home, a seller is going to need to see evidence that you are pre-approved. If that house that you love pops up on the internet and you see the photos of it, but you're not pre-approved, you might not have enough time to get with your lender and get a pre-approval letter. So I'm telling you right now, right out of the gates to win in 2024, call your lender and go get that pre-approval letter. Number 2, you need to have the right people in your corner. You already need to have a realtor that recognizes that you want to buy a house this year, and you need to have a lender who is going to be able to quickly get you numbers on houses that you're considering. This is going to be a huge win for you when you're in the heat of battle and you see a house on a Friday pop up, knowing that you need to have an offer in the same day or the next day. Don't make that the first time you've talked with your realtor or your lender. Number 3, do not wait to schedule a showing on a property if you see it pop up. As soon as you see an address that you want to go check out, the photos look good, and you think it might be the house, please don't delay 4, 12, 24 hours to let your realtor know. You need to get in the house as quickly as you can to figure out, is this one that we're actually serious about? And if so, do not wait to write your offer. Timing is everything in a hot market. Number 4, I need you to understand the competitive terms that will make your offer stand out. Although there were some times in the last couple of years where words like appraisal gaps and limited or waived inspections were not used, we are back to a market where the expectation is that a good home listed is going to have multiple offers. You need to stand out in the crowd, and you need to recognize and work through what it looks like to have competitive terms in the local market. A realtor should know how to walk you through this, but it's critical that you know this before writing your offer, because in the moment, it might seem scary. Number 5, know your numbers. Have already looked at what potential monthly payments and down payments would look like. Recognize that you might be paying for closing costs and an inspection. When you get into the heat of battle and need to pick how high am I willing to go for this house to win it, we want you to have already considered what's in the budget and not have to do that in the emotional moment. Number 6 is pull out all the stops. And my example for you on this one is something along the lines of a home love letter to a seller. Recognize that real people are selling their homes, and if they know your story and why you love their home, that might be enough to separate you from the competition who wrote similar offers. You might hear different advice on this, but always remember when you go to buy a house that there is a real person on the other side of the transaction. And the last point I want to make for buyers in 2024, and it may be the most important, is that inventory is limited on the market. So don't make a mistake of coming up short on your offer, maybe not going as high as you're willing to go for a house that you really loved, because you might end up waiting days, weeks, or even months for another home of that same quality to hit the market that has you just as excited. We don't want you to lose your dream home because you came up scared a little bit in the moment. So know your numbers going in, know what you're comfortable with, and give it your true best shot. So buyers, there you have it. It's going to be pretty competitive in 2024, which I think on the flip side makes it pretty obvious. As a seller, it is a great time to sell your house. So sellers, here is your list of critical things to focus on. Let's dive right into the most important thing right out of the gates. This is pricing your home. When it comes to pricing in 2024, my number one biggest mistake that you can make is overpricing your home. Let me tell you why. No, it's not just because I'm a realtor and I want your house to sell quickly. I think your house is going to sell quickly if you pick the right price. The reality is, I don't want your family to have to go through the absolute disappointment of hitting the market, having your home not sell when everything else is, having buyers think there's problems with your house because it's not selling, all just because it's overpriced. What you need to do is have a realtor run a CMA for you to show you the true market value of your home and list it at the number the market is showing. If you try to overvalue it, I promise it's only going to cause pain. And the reality is, if you go too low on your price, although you might be expecting multiple offers to take you up to what you're worth, there is a chance that only one person might offer on your house and it's going to sell for less than you would have wanted. My best advice is to price your home at what we think the true market value is. And if you do get multiple offers from there, it's going to go up in price. That's fantastic. But then if you only get one, you're going to be satisfied with that offer. You're going to be able to take it and have peace of mind moving forward. Look, to be honest, I could make an entire video about wise pricing in a hot market, but we don't have time for that. So here's my free advice for you. If you pick a price that makes sense, the terms you get on the offers will also be better. You will get better inspection terms, better earnest money, quicker closings, higher down payments, all good things that are going to help you get your house closed smoothly because you chose to price not under market value, but pricing competitively right at what the market shows your house is worth. Topic number 2, let's get into curb appeal and staging. It's really critical that when people come up to your house, the first thing they see is going to be the exterior. Look, it's not a secret that we live in Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is really difficult in the winter when everything is dead or covered in snow. But as we get into the spring and summer markets this year, you're going to want fresh mulch, beautiful landscaping, and someone to walk up to your house and go, wow, this is gorgeous. Don't overlook this. Now let's talk about staging. Once you get inside the house, whether it is still your furniture and decorations in there or you have staged the home, it's critical to make sure that someone feels super comfortable It's relatively neutral. You've depersonalized, decluttered, and cleaned insanely. Please don't think that people walk through your home and don't notice the super dirty vents, not vacuumed areas, dust on the floor. We want you to best present your home. So cleaning, decluttering, and staging to have it look incredible. I cannot express how important this is. You only sell your house once, and I promise it's worth the time to make it look really, really good. That staging component also ties directly to the media for your home. It is crucial to understand that 95% of home buyers right now first see the home online. When they come across your home, you do not want to have average listing photos, average listing video, if having one at all. It needs to be an expectation that you will have stunning photos, because guess what? Before they go in your house and after they leave your house, your prospective buyers are still looking at your media, picturing themselves living there. And if you get in a multiple offer situation, you want every single person pulling up Zillow or Trulia or Realtor.com again and again, scrolling your photos, realizing I need to make a strong offer on this house because I have to have it. And while some of this advice might be true for all markets, this last piece is going to be critical in a hot market. Do not, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, accept the first offer that comes across the desk. Look, in 2024, multiple offers are going to be likely, if not expected, on houses that are priced correctly. And it's critical that you set a timeline for people to be able to go through your home, send an offer, and then your agent can call for highest and best offers to negotiate the highest price, the best terms, and the best closing for your family. If you accept the first offer that comes in, you might be leaving thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the table. It is not going to be rare to see homes fly over list price in this market, and you want to push people as high as you can because that is money back in your pocket. Hey, so for our buyers and sellers, hopefully that is helpful information for you to digest as we are moving towards a really hot market this year in Cincinnati. For some of you, you might be in a unique situation where you are both buying and selling at the same time. We're going to release a video soon walking you through that process, the financing, the timing, and what that looks like in a hot market to buy your next home without a contingency, which is going to be critical to win in this market. Hey, so keep your eyes open for that video. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Like this video, and if you have any questions, drop us a comment or shoot us an email at info@barongrouprealty.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.